his entire life. That's the one they, look, he's guilty. It's not a question, I like to say, let's give it time. It's there, he's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like it. And we have all of the documents. And from what Tulsi told me, she's got thousands of additional documents coming. So President Obama, it was his concept, his idea, but he also got it from crooked Hillary Clinton. Crooked is a $3 bill. Hillary Clinton and her group, the Democrats, spent $12 million to Christopher Steele to write up a report that was a total fake report. Took 2 years to figure that out, but it came out that it was a total fake report. It was made up fiction. And they used that. The one thing they weren't able to do was and probably the only thing I respect about the press in years is the press refused to write it before the election. They refused to put it in. The Steele report was a disaster. All lies, all fabrication, all admitted, and admitted fraud. She paid $12 million and the Democrats for that report to a wise guy named Chris report in before the election. And I'll tell you what, I talk about all the time, the fake news, how bad it is. But in this case, they wouldn't do it. They saw it, they read it, and they said, we don't believe it. And it was only after, substantially, like a month and a half after the election, that it got printed, and it was a big wisp. It was just like a bang of nothing, because the election had ended. If that report had gotten published by the New York Times or somebody, and I respect the Times for maybe only this, because they're crooked as you can be. They're a terrible paper, a crooked, corrupt paper. But for this one moment, they said, this is bullshit, we can't put this in. And neither could any other paper. Wall Street Journal's a lousy paper, a very, very dishonest paper. As you see, I'm suing them for a lot of money because they
he disagrees with it.
It's got a nice name, but it's really, in my opinion, it's a terrible paper. And it can be corrupt. But just so you know, they didn't take the Steele report. It was the dossier. Remember the famous dossier? I call it the fake news dossier. The news wouldn't publish it. And I'm amazed. They had 2.5 months. It was finished 2.5 months. That was supposed to be what was going to happen. And it got published a couple of months after the election. And frankly, nobody cared too much about it. But that was the big thing. No, we caught Hillary Clinton. We caught Barack Hussein Obama. They're the ones. And then you have many, many people under them. Susan Rice. They're all there. The names are all there. And I guess they figured they're going to put this in classified information and nobody will ever see it again, but it doesn't work that way. And it's the most unbelievable thing I think I've ever read. So you want to take a look at that and stop talking about nonsense, because this is big stuff. Never has a thing like this happened in the history of our country. And by the way, it morphed into the 2020 race. And the 2020 race was rigged, and it was a rigged election. And because it was rigged, we have millions of people in our country. We had inflation. We solved the inflation problem. But millions and millions of people came into our country because of that. And people that shouldn't have been, people from gangs and from jails and from mental institutions, people that we don't want in our country, and people that we're getting out, dangerous people. 11,888 murderers, many of them 50%, more than 50%, murdered more than one person. I hate to say this with such a distinguished guest, but you know, they asked me a question. I got to answer the question. No, Barack Hussein Obama is the ringleader. Hillary Clinton was right there with him, and so was Sleepy Joe Biden, and so were the rest of them. Comey, Clapper, the whole group. And they tried to rig an election, and they got caught. And then they did rig the election in 2020. And then because I knew I won that election by a lot, I did it a third time, and I won in a landslide. Every swing state won the popular vote. But I won that all the same way in 2020. And look at the damage that was caused.
And how crucial is the ammunition hub that the U.S. plans to build in Subic and the Luzon corridor, considering that these will be built in areas that hosts strategic ports as well as military air bases?
We talking ammunition?
Yes, the U.S. House Congressional Committee on Appropriations approved the budget.
Well, it's very important. Otherwise, we wouldn't have approved it.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's very important. Otherwise, we wouldn't. We need ammunition. We're going to end up in a few months, we'll have more ammunition than any country has ever had. We're going to have more missiles than any country has ever had. We're going to have all the speedy missiles. We'll have the speedy ones, the slow ones, the accurate ones, the ones that are slightly less accurate. We have everything. But we will have more ammunition than any country has ever had. It's very important to me. This guy. Go ahead, please, Red.
Sir, when you say that you're close to making a trade deal, what gaps remain? And for President Marcos, sir, I was just wondering, do you not think that perhaps the Philippines hosting U.S. missile systems could be considered as militarized by China, especially with they can strike using China? Thank you.
Well, it's an honor to be with this gentleman. You know, I've known him, and I've known his family, actually, but I've known him. And I assume you're from the Philippines? Are you from the Philippines?
Yes, sir.
That's good. You're very lucky to be from the Philippines, right? It's a great place. But we're going to have a very good relationship. I mean, I know you had some problems with another president, and it was not your fault. It was the president's fault. And the country was maybe tilting toward China, but we untilted it very, very quickly. But you know, you had a country that was tilting toward China for a period of time, and I just don't think that would have been good for you. You could deal with China, you should deal with China, but when I got elected, everything changed, and they came right back to us. Say it again, yeah, Brian, go ahead.
Oh, Mr. President, I just wanted to piggyback off the House.
Question to President Marcos. U.S. missiles hosted in the Philippines could be considered military by China.
All of the
Okay, so we listened
2
to
feet.
the part. Okay, so I found the part they was talking about Obama.
Lord, child, that was a nursing home visit, is what that was.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. What was that clip?
This was from his meeting that he just had today with the president of the Philippines, and somebody asked him about what was going on with Pam Bondi and the Epstein case, and then he just once again threw Obama under the fucking bus.
Yeah, he misdirected it. What a fucking punk. Like, this dude is just a straight punk and a coward in every sense of the word. And his minions just follow everything. It's so racist when he says Barack Hussein Obama. And you hear people on Clubhouse repeating his name. Y'all gotta notice that when they say Barack, when they say that, it is like calling him a nigger. That's just what it is, guys. Like, it's a code speak for that nigger. I promise you. Associating him with, terrorism. What a, our country has failed us. Like we are failing right now to allow this man to be in power. We have really collectively failed as a society and as a nation.
He likes getting the Hussein part in there.
Oh, he loves that.
He loves that like it's no tomorrow. But here's the thing. That man has a Nobel Peace Prize. He has a wife who's a decent person and beautiful and lovely and extremely intelligent. Actually knows what she's talking about. Not a whore. He had a back-to-back terms, 2 of them, very successful. One of the most loved presidents in the United States, one of the best he's ever had, and also a first lady, that stellar first lady, that his little tramp of a wife kept stealing speeches from. So, it is what it is. I understand how he could just be so ate up with jealousy for Barack Obama. When you look at him in the mirror and look at Obama, even his own wife lights up when Obama comes around like, oh, hey.
Yeah, this you guys here, and Lord, TC came in here and said, and I think that I don't know who agreed with him, said April that they think that Ghislaine is going to be offered a pardon when they go down and see her.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I
wouldn't doubt it. Trump is desperate. He's a cornered rat. When you corner something, he gets vicious. And he's on a tear. He stays on this tour of being so attacked and what they did to me. He just is. Listen, Lisa, he would probably do anything at this point to throw everything off on the Democrats and any of the Democrats leaders. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with papers and nobody was on the he wasn't on the list. Everybody else on the list. And he's probably gonna say at some point in his pocket, Elon's on the list, fucking JD's on. This man throws everybody under the bus, so they can laugh while it's Obama, right? They can laugh and he and like he's crazy. Let him stay in the presidency. But when he starts throwing the wrong people under the bus, then what's going to happen? And Pam Bondi will do whatever he wants. So it's what it is at this point. I don't know how successful he'll be in this distraction and redirection he's trying to do. He's promising these people files right and left on everybody except for Epstein. He ain't talking about it now. He ain't talking about it now except to say, y'all are stupid. Quit talking about it. That's what it is. It's a distraction. He's cornered bad right now.
So, April, there's a lot of things I question about, the things that you say sometimes, but I got to give it to you this time. You said that interview was a nursing home visit. You said that it was a nursing home visit. I fell out on the ground and I had to put my knee brace on because that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
True.
So,
if you've ever been in a nursing home and you see, now listen, I had to go draw blood on these people and they sit there in front of the TV, all of them with their oatmeal. Bless their hearts, this is not to throw off on people, but when you have people in memory care, this is what happens. They start on a tangent and then they over here talking to each other and nobody know what's going on. But people who work with him, we hear the same story every day. That's Trump, every day. This man is sundowning every single day. He's in a loop and he can't get out. He won't get out of it. And he's surrounded himself with yes men and women who will continue to use him and do whatever the hell they can to get the power they need and money they need and whatever else. It's a shit show. At this point, we're a circus. We are the stupidest, most ignorant looking fucking nation on the planet right now.
well, I'm about to use the hell out of that shit. So thank you. That was a gift. Bye. Nurse.
You're welcome. He kept talking about the worst thing that ever been done and blah, blah, blah. All the while, this man orchestrated J6. He got his people stirred up, and that's the thing we always need to remember, is he can stir his people up into violent actions. They would be more than happy to come out again for him.
Yeah, I think for just to make this conspiracy, I don't want to make a conspiracy real. We can if you want to, because that's all we have right now is our opinions of what's going to happen. But, for me, for her own, I don't know what the word to use. I don't want to say safety, but just to be able to get on about her life, she might have to just say, I won't give Trump up, if you guys just let me leave or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping that she is here to clear her conscience, because I don't know how you can...
Lisa, you're talking to a woman. You're talking about a woman who rounded up little girls to give to these ghouls and demons, okay? She's had to sit on ice for two years, however much it's been. She wants to be free again and to go back to that lifestyle she had and roam around those circles. And whatever it takes to get there, she's going to get it. Trump is in charge. He'll offer a pardon. He'll say yes, and that's it. I'm convinced of that part, for real.
The FBI already confiscated computers, records, recording devices, surveillance devices. There's already a large, enough information that had been collected that the Justice Department had access to. It is there's irrefutable evidence. That's why she's doing hard time. That's why Epstein was convicted and was doing hard time. But trying to shift, especially with the going back to the 2016 election, Tulsi Gabbard was really irresponsible. But kind of side note to Trump, if you're going to ask your ODNI director to release a report trying to refute evidence. Maybe don't appoint the person who was the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, who also released a report publishing irrefutable evidence on Russian election interference as your Secretary of State.
Kelsey did say on Joe Rogan in 2016 that there was Russian interference in the election.
Yeah, there was irrefutable evidence, and it was already documented heavily. It was published. I read that report that ODNI released, the unclassified report, and it is completely contrary to what the intelligence community assessment had been, and also what the Senate Intelligence Oversight Committee indicated in their report, which their Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, was chairman of.
But wait a minute. I thought Donald Trump went to Putin himself and asked him if he did it, and Putin said no. I thought that just cleared everything up, right?
In Helsinki, right?
Yeah, let's ask a former KGB officer, not so lie.
It's just very odd that the only times Trump won the presidency, I'm using air quotes, won the presidency and became president was when Democrats were fully in charge. I found that interesting.
Oh my God, this is really starting to give me a stress here because
And we don't know. Gasoline could end up, some cameras going out wherever she's at. Who knows?
Well, yeah, I think that I don't think they're going to allow the news in here. Is that what you're saying?
No, remember the cameras went off when Jeffrey was in the holding pen.
Oh, you talk about, I don't think they can go that way with this sister wife because everybody's watching it too closely and they know that what happened to Jeffrey Epstein, how are we going to replicate that?
Simple. She gonna choke on something in the cafeteria. I don't know.
Oh my God, not choking on something in the cafeteria. I don't know how they're going to get away with it.
She fell outside and hit her head on the concrete. Wow. I am open to everything these people can do. I don't put, I put no restrictions on them. And what I say, people can call it conspiracy or hearsay, whatever. Sometimes I dabble in that. I ain't gonna lie, because it's funny. But it's anything. At this point.
My conspiracy theory, I've been chilling, quiet.
Yeah, jump in whenever you can get in.
I believe that the only way Donald Trump is going to get out of this is if they give his ass a heart attack. He going to be the one that they commit suicide on. They're going to shoot him up like they did on Scandal that time that they killed the vice president. Y'all remember on Scandal?
No spoiler.
They gonna shoot him with like some kind of drug in his neck, like a really small little hole. And being that he already got all of these ailments, it's gonna look like he had a heart attack. And then the Epstein thing will just go on away because he'll no longer be in presidency. I land.
Anybody want to add to that? Because I mean,
look, if you watched, 5-6 seasons of the show 24, you would also know that what Brooklyn's talking about is very close to reality.
Well, I hope he's the one that goes. I mean, I know this room, but anyway, I'm just saying that I hope the person who committed the deeds, the dastardly, nasty shit, is the one who goes. And him and Jocelyn both can get it as far as I'm concerned. But I don't think I want Trump to be the one left here to gloat and think he actually got away with something else again. You know what I'm saying? It's just like enough of him. It's time for him to be able to pay for some of the crimes that he's committed. It's take responsibility. Well, not take responsibility. Be held responsible for some of the shit that he's done. Otherwise, he's back to scot free, running around doing what he do.
Throwing Obama's name out like that is so disgusting.
Exactly.
And Martin Luther King, every black man.
No one is above him taken down, and you don't start with the black community and the black leaders. Okay,
He already gonna mess around and do is force. He gonna mess around and force Obama to actually come off the mic. And you notice how he wanted to just Obama. See, but Trump, I gotta check with my lawyers and my team. Well, I got some really good people around me. But because he wants to make Obama have to pay solo because you hear the fear in his voice about the Clintons. He had no problem going against Hillary, but he definitely understands that Clinton got some deep roots too now. So it comes down to a loyalty game. And this is what's funny, history will say about watching him. You in the swamp talking about draining the swamp. You up in there because you know. Now you're in a different level when you start talking about presidency and different things. See, now you're sitting in a seat, though, unlike, Trump Tower. It's a little bit different when you represent 330 million people. I know you represent who you represent when you're at the casinos and, Jersey and Atlantic City. And, that's one thing, and the businessman and dealing with China on the business level. But to be in the seat of this thing, George Washington was number one, and you're sitting in this seat now. And what that power yields all over Earth and at this time in history. See, I don't think he's wise enough to understand it's bigger than him. What he's doing on his own personal level and all those that are connected to him doing what they're doing on their own personal level, and everybody want to survive. And so, but this whole idea of justice, man, that's such a beautiful feeling. When you strive hard and you run with most of the people that strive hard and they always come up on the short end of the justice system. But now you have the Justice Department in the name of the United States of America is going to look into it. But see, the world is watching, man. You got to imagine 100 years from now when the smoke settles, 100, 250 years, whatever. That I just take comfort in that, to know that, bro, people are going to speak about you, man. Whatever you're doing right now in politics, keep on running with it, man. You want a little more leash? Run with it, man. But if you think you fooling the Supreme One, and you think you fooling people, bro, keep on running with it, man. No problem. So with Barack and whoever sits in that seat, Barack, name a president. You sitting up on some real stuff. So you're watching a man that has no problem throwing people under the bus. You watching this, and he been knowing this. When he saw Barack, this black man, president of the United States, that spurred him up. Tea Party, that drove something into the core of certain people across this country. Yesterday we was in a room there talking about white genocide. When white supremacy starts to lose its grip on the planet, which you're watching, now you're talking to the Philippines, you got Africans over here, and you speak English so well. You a fool, man. You in front the whole planet talking about a country. Oh, wow, your English is so great. Man, you the world, like Lisa, you said, the world is watching you, man. So we're going to have to all be at the mercy of it because we didn't create the Constitution. We born into this thing. We didn't create the Naturalization Act of 1790. You know what I'm saying? But it's well documented. White people, for 2 years, you can be a citizen. And that was a few days ago, man. 1863, the 14th Amendment. This is America, bro. And we over here trying to make America great again. When was it great? Who ask the Native Americans when it was great again. Ask the so-called Negroes when it was great again. So now people are coming into the country to build it up, and you want to throw them out the country. Iceman's coming. Bro, people want to live as much as you want to live, whether you got billions or not. The desire for human beings to live, it requires truth and nutrients and right stuff in the body. I don't give a damn. You can eat M&Ms all day if you want to. Yeah. April, I know April don't want to hear no more of this. I got you. No, but you put the airplane out there. No problem, April. I know it's a lot to swallow. That's a lot to swallow. Let me land
3 minutes, love. Come on.
Let me land in. I know it's a bit. I know that you don't give me the mic that often. So, but let me just say the stuff that the millions of people would like to say. No, that's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. The truth gonna keep unfolding, bro.
No, you're
Tomorrow, the next day, next week. Run from all of this, man. The jig is up. The jig is up. So go ahead on, man. We watching this unraveling of America. We watching it in front of our eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? So no problem. Trump, Biden, Obama. Who's next? The world is watching, man. No problem. Do your thing, y'all. But we ain't stupid. The planet ain't stupid. I don't care what the CEO says. The world is watching, man. And the babies. I'm gonna end on this. You want me to go? Jesus said these words, suffer the little children to come unto me. Bring the children to some real loving individuals. Get them away from these devils. Y'all can have your room.
Okay, thank you for that.
Oh, come
So
on.
now,
No,
let me
come on,
see.
y'all.
What's up?
Come on. There you go.
Okay. So now let's see if we can turn this back around and connect this to what's going on with Obama and MLK. Let me see if I can find anything else that's come up more disparaging. But you know, the rooms on Clubhouse are being held by who Sweet's talking about. This is your own people throwing MLK under the bus, helping to throw him under the bus here on Clubhouse. So don't get it confused. Let me see. I'm just trying to find that other article. Have you guys seen anything to update what's going on with let me see if I can see if they did it. Because now they out, nobody gonna be talking. They're gonna be on the news shows now. They're not gonna be up there, you know, in Washington. Obama. All right, so what we just heard a few minutes ago, now they picked up he said that, hold on for a second, I got the wrong one. Let me go back. I don't know why my phone has an echo, but I'm gonna deal with it. Okay, so now he's saying that Obama was the ringleader. Let's go back and look at this here. Oh, God damn. I gotta go back one more screen. Hey, Levon, what's up? You got any breaking news on this? Okay.
Very on the fringe type of thing, where you then get kind of pushed.
That's a video. I don't want to play any more videos.
Wait, is Donald Trump's wife the first?
Levon was on the stage. Y'all see Levon raise her hand. Did y'all bring her up?
I give myself a little treat by wearing jeans into the office the following day. The partner stops me.
I don't see any raised hands. Where's she at?
I don't know.
I'm searching for her.
And then,
I'm looking through the crowd.
oh, maybe she went back out, but I saw her hand. Maybe I
Hold on. I don't see her.
Okay, let me see.
Oh, there's a raised hand. That's the
Is Donald Trump's wife the first lady that did a full spread model?
What do you mean by full first? Wait a minute. What do you mean by full spread model?
She was a model.
She got nudes.
Playboy, hustler.
Oh, you talking about nudes? You talking about nudes?
She was
Well,
featured
she
on
was the first
Russian
lady. She was the first lady trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein. Is that what you mean?
Oh, dang.
Now,
That's layers right there. Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Scotty plus.
She was the first lady who was trafficked. Damn. Ooh. In spirit, it's not Scotty Roy. He's transformed now. He is spirit.
I'm used to calling Spirit Scotty, so sometimes I mess up, but he understands.
That's all right.
That's a good one. Hey, Lisa. Okay, so, what's up? Hey, girlfriend. We've been up. I don't know why we up 8 o'clock this morning or beyond, talking about this whole thing when they offered Jesseline, they actually subpoenaed her. Remember, she was talking about we talked about this yesterday. We're just trying to refresh the people who are just getting into it. But yesterday, Jesseline was asking to come before the House that I can recall. She asked, and then they kind of like ignored her, kind of like silenced her, and didn't say too much about it. Then next thing I know it, they're saying that they were going down to speak with her. They agreed to do it. Then 14 minutes after that, they issued a subpoena. Did you hear about this?
I haven't heard the subpoena, but listen, this administration is acting like a banana republic. You got what's his name, Mike Johnson. It's crazy. He is putting Congress in what do you call it? Like he's sending them off.
They're on their summer break. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's doing it early, so they can't really do anything about the Epstein because the Congress is not in town. And then the really big thing is this Todd Blanche. I think this is his name. I'm doing my steps now. The assistant to Pam Bondi. I believe he was Trump's personal attorney. This is highly, highly unethical. Highly unethical and a conflict of interest. And Trump's sitting there lying, but he has no idea what's going on. Yes, sucker, you know what's going on. You've already told them what to do. This is very suspicious. I wouldn't be surprised if later on they say, I'm pardon this Sam lady, okay? Because now all of a sudden you're going to go talk to...
Can you say that again? If they did what to her?
But they pardoned her at some point. I mean, she got nothing to lose. She wants her freedom. I don't know what she says is like I can trust it with this Department of Justice. I'm sorry. I just don't trust this. This just seems highly, highly suspect, Lisa. This is not, like, if you want to release something, I don't really care about the grand jury. Release the FBI 302 investigative reports. That's going to show stuff. Release that. They're very selective about what they want to release. Highly suspicious. I don't trust this.
I don't trust like that.
Kind of shit right now.
I don't trust like that.
And just as a reminder, because one of the central figures in all of this is Alan Dershowitz, who is Trump's personal friend and has been for years. And the only reason that Congress can't subpoena him or FBI can investigate him is because he was Epstein's defense attorney in 2007 and therefore has attorney-client privilege. And even though Dershowitz has been on the list and the flight logs as many times as probably anybody else, they can't talk to him because of attorney-client privilege.
Bingo. Okay, what did you just say? What they can't talk to who because attorney-client privilege?
Alan Dershowitz, because he was Epstein's defense attorney in 2007, the one who reached the plea deal with Alex Acosta, the prosecutor in Florida, who prosecuted Epstein, who later became the labor secretary for Trump in his first administration. So Alan Dershowitz was the defense attorney for Jeffrey Epstein and also a personal friend for years of Donald Trump, and also a client of Roy Cohn, as we talked about before. But because of attorney-client privilege, Alan Dershowitz, who is a central figure in all of this, cannot testify, doesn't have to say shit about anything, even though he was right there the whole time.
Okay, this is getting weird by the second here. I'm trying to process all of this and get it up for you guys, but this is getting a bit weirder by the second. And then CEO came and said, well, since they're out early and they're going to be out for 6 weeks, that this information is just it's all going to die down, and it's just going to be, I don't think so. I think it's just absolutely heating up, and it gives us more time to go through it and try to figure this shit out. But he's going against that, saying that, no, it's going to die down. They're going to go give her a pardon, and then she's going to disappear. Anybody agree or disagree with that?
Well, they'll do anything because it's a distraction. Anything that they throw out there is going to be a distraction on this whole thing.
But I don't think she's gonna get you guys think she's gonna get a pardon and then disappear?
Oh, you're
Once
talking
they go
about
up there and talk to her?
talking about Gasolina?
Yeah, Gasolina.
Yeah, I mean, sure, it's why not? But whatever she's gonna say, it's going. The only way that she could get a pardon is if she says the exact thing that the Trump administration wants her to say, which would be to not implicate Trump in any way, and maybe even, who knows, make up some other shit so that she can get a pardon.
That's my concern.
Now, the pardon may not happen right away because of optics. You know, they may say, hey, we're going to pardon you on the way out, when I'm on the way out. And we'll even tell J.D. Vance to pardon you if I'm not around, whatever it is. Like, she's going to be guaranteed something in exchange for her being able to spill the beans, even if it is a lie. And at worst for her, you know, if she decides to comply, the next few years, she'll have, you know, she'll be living at the Ritz-Carlton, but in federal prison until she
That's my concern. That's exactly my concern, Scotty. That she speaks, but she speaks where it is advantageous for Trump and doesn't implicate them as well as a quid pro quo deal. Yeah, that's my problem with this whole situation. That, you know, she will. But I don't know. See, in my gut, I don't think so. But there's another wait and see. But I don't think so. I think that basically she feels she got screwed, and that's the reason why she came out. Why did she just start talking all of a sudden? She just came out of nowhere and just started saying, well, I guess when Trump started getting in trouble and the list started being the list, that's when she started talking, though. She'd been in there long enough. She could have said something when she first got there, like, hey, I need to get up out of here. I need a deal. But she did not. She sat there. She has an appeal. She has a current appeal. She's appealed. Because remember now, the agreement, the MTA that Epstein got, covers 4 co-conspirators that they were not to be charged or swept up in that. They didn't name them. It was just 4 co-conspirators within his deal, which is sort of very unusual. And technically, I think this is part of her deal. Technically, she is indicted as a co-conspirator. So I guess in her mind, in her attorney's mind, she should not be charged because she should roll up under his original deal. But she has a pending appeal. Okay, so the plot is thickened up here. Let me see if I can find something else on here. Oh, God, this is way too much. We've been talking about this for like freaking hours, y'all. If they could push a couple buttons and sign the signature and release MLK files that nobody wanted, nobody asked for, why don't we have these documents on this case?
Right.
We're just talking about going to jail. Like, come on now, just release the papers. Let's see. Release all the FBI investigatory reports. Release all of you can redact the young lady's name, and if you have any pictures, cut up its identifying marks or what have you. But you can put some of that stuff up there. You got Martin Luther King's salacious shit up there, and you can't release. And now all of a sudden you want to spoil, you're gonna go talk to him. Okay, that lawyer will be stupid if they give anything up without something in return. You don't ever give up anything to prosecutors unless I'm gonna get something back. Why would you speak?
I'm sorry. Can I wake something up for a second? I just not realize this. And thank you, Spirit. You kind of sent me down a thought rabbit hole. Melania Trump, she should be all up in these files. She might have been trafficked, but at a certain point, she might have been a co-conspirator. She was never interviewed. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. You on one today.
Am I late on this? Am I late or what? Because she should be all up in this stuff. And she was never She was never subpoenaed. She was never questioned. She was never interviewed. She has to be all up in there. All up in there. Before, during, and after.
Okay, so
what's going on?
Okay, so what are you talking about in reference to Jeffrey Epstein? What do you mean?
Exactly. In the Epstein files, Melania should be all in there. She should have had some, at least logged in for the flight logs, because there's pictures of her there with Trump. He introduced her. That's another flight log. What else was she there for? What else?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How come we're not mentioning her at all as either a victim or as a co-conspirator?
I'm not sure why we're going that far. I'm not sure why we're going that far, but.
Well, that's the thing. You don't want to go that far until you see evidence. Let's just crack open the file and see if she's in there and where she's at. That's all I'm saying. Wake it up.
I don't know. What do you guys think about that part? Yeah, they're not going that way.
I mean, everything's on the table, right? So why not just start fucking freestyling this whole thing?
If Epstein's wife was indicted and went to jail as a co-conspirator because she was involved, don't you think?
They weren't married, babe. Yeah, they weren't married.
Well, Epstein's girl, secretary, whatever you want to call it, the girl that got hemmed up too, right? And if Trump was on his a good friend, sometimes people have couples that they are really close with, and both people do dirt. Look, Hillary and Bill, they both did dirt, right? And Hillary let Bill get away with some stuff, right? So, either turn a blind eye or cover some shit up. I wouldn't be surprised if Melania is dirty too. And to what extent? Wake it up.
I don't know. Anybody want to jump in on that part? Because I'm not. Melania, why would we're talking about people who are being, having sex with minors. I mean, what are you saying? Is she being somebody who's curating minors? I'm not getting it.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I don't get this.
Well,
I don't know what it is, but she's connected and nobody's talking about it. She's connected in some form or fashion.
He introduced her to Trump, right?
Right.
A connection, yeah.
So she witnessed what Trump did to the girls.
No. I don't think it's so much that. No. Hold on. It's not so much that.
It is that.
It would more so be that he knew older women. He knew women above age too in Eastern Europe and all this and that. And Trump liked meeting women, so he introduced her to her. Doesn't mean she has any other ties to it. Yeah, that's like a big assumption for no reason. And then if you look at how she behaves and what the issues that she cares about, like how many issues she cares about with kids and all this and that, that's wild. That's a very wild allegation for no reason.
No, that supports these accusations because she won't live with him, right? And she's passive aggressively trying to get ahead of it, but it's not directly, and she can't efface her oppressor just like his daughter. When she goes and visits her old bedroom, her face changes when she looks at her bed. It is very disturbing, and a lot of PTSD.
How do you know that?
Because PTSD.
How do you know what happens when she looks at her bed?
If you stop cutting me off, I'll explain that PTSD survivors have.
But how do you know?
How do you know?
She toured her old bedroom, and it was
on what? This was a documentary or something?
All right, you could be.
I am asking you a question, Dag. When did you see this? When did you see this?
Pull up. I feel like I'm being cornered, so let me pull up the more substantiate. I'll put up better evidence than this. I'll put up better evidence.
I have a mole.
No one asked you, Aaron.
What is it? It's what we named a stealth.
So all I'm saying is, while he's pulling that up, I think you guys should just imagine, okay? She knew Epstein, right? She knew Epstein before, longer than she knew Trump. So there has been some interaction in some form or fashion there. Maybe he just invited her over. I don't know. But afterwards, the question is, did she also continue to go to some Epstein-related events, right? Did she go? Is it plausible? Yes, it is plausible. Would she might have been witness to things? Possibly. Would she have witnessed or had a chance to speak to people or interacted with people that were molested? Possibly if she was there at these functions. All I'm saying is she's in the mix too. She's in the mix too. And in some form or fashion, she has to be recorded being there because there's already physical pictures of them together. The question is, what's the rest of the story? We're dodging it.
Part of the issue is that they can't touch her because any communications between her and, let's say, Trump is part of marital privilege in courts, spousal privilege. So all the communications, testifying, all that shit, they can't touch it. So it's not even worth going after or trying to dig anything from her because you're not going to come up with anything that's going to help with the case.
We will see that same type of energy apply when they start attacking Michelle Obama for whatever reason. It's going to look, there is no rules to this. You still have to ask the question. What was her involvement? Was she involved? Let her deny anything and everything. It needs to be addressed. She's in there.
But it's a silly assumption because, like, if you think about it, she would be at the events with older women. It's not like they would mix the sort of two events together. That's why it's silly. You act like it's all one big thing together, as though he doesn't have clients that have different interests, and then he curates those experiences based on what their interest is.
The thing is, we don't know. You are assuming certain things. What I'm saying is, we don't know. The only thing we do know is that she was in his orbit. I don't know what happens at that point, but we cannot turn it on, and we cannot walk past this question. It needs to be interrogated.
You can't walk past the question because it's a big, huge, logical jump.
Not when he has 4,000 bank transfers from his account to Epstein's account. You have 4,000 lines of transfers.
Oh, if you trying to say he paid money for her, maybe. I'm not going to doubt that. Yeah, maybe Trump paid money for her. I don't know. Could have been. That's true. I'm not going to say that. I was arguing about the thing about Melania being involved with kids. I just don't believe that's true for.
No, okay, look, I'm not asking that question, okay? The question I'm asking, that will be very clear, is what was the extent of their relationship? And how far can we reach into that to uncover?
Okay. Yeah, she was probably on the payroll. Yeah, she was probably on the payroll. Okay, I understand that. I got it.
Yeah. And he didn't say she was involved. He said, what does she know? Does she know anything?
Exactly. I don't know if she knows anything at all. She might not know nothing at all. But the fact is there is interaction. There is documented pictures. There's interaction. So the question is, how far and how deep is this story? That's all I'm asking.
Worth examining. Yeah.
I think so, because for some reason, we're willing to talk to a bunch of other people. We ain't willing to talk to her.
It's going to be...
For some reason.
Yeah, it's going to be hard while they're still married. All right, go ahead.
No, it's a waste, but who's going to examine it? The people that are in charge of the government right now? They're not going to do it. It's not worth it. It's stupid. It's a rabbit hole that is not going to yield them anything other than contempt for the side that is going after Donald Trump and trying to tie him with Epstein.
I agree with Scotty, Dan, because it's a conflict of interest to them until they come forward. It makes no sense until they come forward. We're going to be kicking a dead horse kind of thing.
Well, if they come after Obama and pull Michelle into some bullshit too, then everybody's fair game.
Well, that is a good point.
Why are you waiting for decency?
What is it that can be done with Obama?
What are you saying?
I'm saying, what is it? What could be done?
You always do that. Is enough. If the DOJ has to, swing on Trump, ding-a-ling, and drag Obama and all, everybody needs to be fair game. Because that shouldn't be okay. It's one thing to have a Department of Justice that is moving fair, but that's not how they're moving. And the fact that we're not in here talking about why we not discussed it as the fact that the president thought it was okay to take a meme of Obama being arrested and belittle him through a meme on his page. And ain't nobody mad enough about that. And the fact that to say that it couldn't happen, that it's not possible that Melania, she could be in the documents. Who knew that Trump was going to be president when they was doing that bullshit in 2005? Nobody didn't think that he would be president. But the fact again, it was, I'm still talking. Thank you.
No, we just agreeing with you, girl.
No, I thought that was somebody. But anyway, I'm just saying.
No, you cooking.
Why? Is it okay? Ain't nobody mad enough to be talking about Donald Trump in the president's role would do what he did yesterday and not feel no outrage about that and then keep moving forward on the other shit and it be okay. Y'all know good and damn well if Biden had done the same thing or Obama, we would be in World War III already with these MAGAs. They would be tearing some shit up.
Yeah, if they actually arrested Obama, it would be the end of the Trump presidency.
No, I don't believe that.
Something should be happening to Donald Trump to put a meme up like that.
Absolutely.
About him being arrested. That Obama has a what you call it too?
What is it you'd like to see happen?
You can character assassinate him as well. Donald assassinated his own himself on tape. He assassinated his own character. He did it to himself. Nobody made up anything on Trump. Trump wrote his own biography. He wrote it.
Amen,
so reporting on what he's freaking done all these years is just what that is. Reporting on the dumb shit he has done his whole life. And to do that as the president and not be outraged. I don't give a fuck what they say about Obama. We know that whatever he did it in the capacity as president. And thanks to Donald Trump, he has immunity. If he was doing the job, whatever he did it as a president, he gonna be good. But they already know that. You can tell by the way Tulsi is framing her sentences. She ain't said nothing for sure. That's for sure. She pontificating too. She choosing her words as well. This is about dragging Obama.
It's about misdirecting from Epstein. They found something that worked. The Obama thing is working for the misdirection. That's all that is.
But they're threatening treason. They're threatening treason. That is his life. It's more than his legacy. That's his life.
But
That's more than legacy.
There's no treason argument, though, man. Come on.
Oh, everything he said, the only word they're using is treason.
Let me go look this
The only word they're using is treason. The only word.
That's what the base is using. Yeah, because they like to feel...
That is a threat on his life. That is a threat on his life.
CEO, hello, that's not the base. That's Pam Bondi. She used those words. What are you talking about? Do I have to play it for you? words. And then she released some shit.
She said Obama is going to be charged with treason. She said that?
She said that.
She said it is treasonous. It is treason.
My first time.
Yeah, that's a big difference. That's a big difference. See the wording difference, Lisa? There's a big difference between saying he's being charged with treason versus that behavior is treasonous. That is language you use when you're just talking shit.
Okay, so she said she is submitting the paperwork to the DJ, and she said it's criminal. So what's the criminal charge then?
And she said
They don't have one.
That's all. That's Lisa. That's
no way
political games. Come on, Lisa. You know these games, but Lisa, you've been at this for a while now.
Even though I hate the language, I have to agree with CEO on this.
Yeah,
They're not going to charge him.
This is bullshit, and literally they know exactly what to Trump out, so black people will get all up in arms and start ignoring the Epstein files. They just dangling keys.
And MAGA, and they get MAGA all geeked about it.
Yeah.
And now MAGA's not talking about Epstein anymore.
Yeah.
It's a shiny object that works.
Hold up, men. Hold up, Black Kings. Let me tell you something. I can agree with you to a point, but let me tell you something. You said so black people can get all up in arms. First of all, the woman is putting herself out there for a fucking reason. Why is if it's a nothing burger and she just wants to divert, listen to me. How far is she willing to go with this shit? Till what? She put herself out there. She just said that it's a criminal act, so you think they just gonna say that and go sit down somewhere?
Lisa, she's done it already. She's put herself out there many times. She said, there's Epstein files on my desk. No, they're not. She's done that over and over again. Nobody's ever going to kick her out. She's lied over and over in front of the press, in press conference after press conference. She's lied about charges. She's lied about charges that they were going to bring, that they weren't going to bring. She's flip-flopped more times than a beach that's in a typhoon, a flip-flop that's at the beach in a typhoon. Nobody pays her any attention.
She is more...
She does that all the time.
She is more of a publicist than an attorney general.
Right. Nobody pays her any attention. So the fact that we would ever get upset about...
She submitted it to the DJ. Where's it going?
It ain't going nowhere. In the trash. In the shredder.
There's no way he's being criminally charged. He has so much immunity.
Well, they'll have some congressional hearings on it. They'll make some more noise about it. They'll make as much noise until the Epstein thing goes away. Once the Epstein thing goes away, this will go away.
Exactly.
This is a shiny object that works.
They're going to stress his life and his world out. It is undue, it's unwarranted, it is unneeded, it is unfair, right? That's what this is. They're gonna stress his world, everything about him out for no reason, and everybody else that's supporting it for no fucking reason. That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is not nothing. This is nothing.
So he should speak on it and shut it down.
He doesn't care enough. He's more concerned, as he's been speaking, about the fact that we're losing voting rights. We're losing the 14th, the 22nd, the 12th Amendments, that they're voting to actually, he's more concerned about that. He's not concerned about this crap because they are Harvard-trained lawyers. They know how to handle this, and they know that this has no merit. They're more concerned about the rights that we're losing, and black people are upset about something they don't even care about. That's why he hasn't spoken.
Well, first of all, my black brother, we should be concerned about it. Anytime somebody steps out and tries to do this shit, even for shits and giggles, we should be concerned about it. We should be talking about it. We should be protecting our leaders. And then the same shit with MLK. Everybody's like, oh, it's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be nothing. Yeah, but the fact of the matter is it is something. They put it out there. They're trying to destroy Martin Luther King. Just the mere fact that they threw it out there and they said that, there's stuff about him and this with his personal life and the situations he had with
with orgies or whatever, women, whatever the case may be, white women, whatever the case may be. This stuff is strategic. And you guys are thinking they just throwing stuff out there and watching it slide off the wall. They want something else to stick.
Lisa, one second, Lisa. What happened?
Anything about it? Nobody. Nobody in Congress, Senate, no one is saying nothing. They just letting all this shit happen.
So what happens when a fish catches a bait, Lisa?
They get reeled in.
Okay, so
yeah,
that's you right now.
There you go.
I think what CEO and Jay are missing.
You guys, let's not say nothing. Let's not say nothing. Like we always do. Let's not say nothing. You just can't be involved.
No, keep your focus on Epstein. Keep your focus on Epstein.
It's about the focus.
We're focusing on Epstein.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Throw it into the mix.
I want you to realize he will have more death threats now.
Hold on,
probably
Dan.
more death.
Hold on, Dan.
More death attempts. This is bullshit.
The thing is, they are focusing on Epstein, but the reason why they're bringing up the Obama thing and the MLK thing is because that's what Trump threw in as a distraction. So since Trump threw that in as a distraction to say, oh, Obama needs to be convicted of treason and MLK was not that good of a guy, then we could throw in all of the things that it's possible that him and his wife participated, and that's basically what they're saying.
I mean, let's all look at who all came out at the same time. It's also the Redskins. They're trying to.
Debbie's trying to speak. Her mic is low though. Let her get in.
Every president has had an opinion about what they think is going on. But when has there ever been one to get on a mic and start talking about what deserves to happen to them? They could be thinking a whole bunch of stuff. But when have they ever gotten on a microphone in a news conference and told what they think should happen to them?
Right, he was in a news conference.
Not one.
Okay,
let me. That's not right. Y'all, the man don't move like a president, and it's crazy.
And then they want us to just say, oh, just sit up here, just sit up and take it. When he's now again on the world stage this morning talking to the Philippines president, and he got Obama in his mouth. Yeah. And we just want to sit here and go distraction. He needs to be brought down. And for Akeem and all the numbers say shit while this is going on, I think it's pathetic.
It's y'all gotta realize something. Never have we seen. Typically, presidents don't down other presidents before an international audience. He does it with great regularity. I mean, the man is demented. Like he is demented. He is literally a functional, demented individual. And that's all it is, man. He has to be removed from office. We can't even wait. Action needs to be taken to remove this man from the president. And y'all know I've been saying this forever. He is a clear and present danger to our republic democracy. He shows it every single time he opens his fucking mouth. He is a vile, insidious person. And he hasn't veered from that. He proves it to us every day, every single day.
I think you're giving him too much credit, Robert. I think you're giving him too much credit. I think you're giving him too much credit. I think he is a scared little boy that is terrified that he's about to get caught red-handed. That's all. He's terrified, and the only thing he has is what he's been screaming for the last 2 decades. Lock up Obama, lock up Hillary, lock up Biden, lock up the swamp. He's been calling for this forever. This is not even anything new. He just happens to be president again. He was saying that the first time. If COVID didn't happen, he would have followed through with this before. He is playing the same play. It's not new. And he is terrified that the roosters are coming they're coming home to roost, and he's going to get caught. I don't think he's even that smart to be vile and despicable. He's not that intelligent. He's just terrified that there's no one left to protect him. Nobody will take his case. He has to represent himself at this point. He's terrified, Robert. He's a scared little boy, and his ankles are too big, and he's about to die.
That's all he is. If I could add to
the last thing I want to add, CEO. Last thing I want to ask the CEO is this: what you're saying is very rational. Yes, his government apparatus, right, is just trying to deflect. Meanwhile, these MAGA people are going to attack him as well. And when I say this, that his life is now in danger because while the Trumps are trying to get a distraction, these mega crazy people are fine trying to attempt his life as collateral damage. And the only thing the president is going to say is, man, that's just a sad thing. When he incited this shit in the first place, his life is now fucking in danger, CEO. I need you to realize that. Don't take this as a fucking nothing burger. That's fucking bullshit.
I don't think it's a nothing burger. I don't think it's a nothing burger.
Yeah,
I want to clarify on that. I never suggested that. It's very crazy. Robert, give me 1 second. Just 1 second. So Robert's point, it's a very serious and disgusting thing, and it shouldn't happen. But I'm just talking about the legal side of it and why it's being done. So we can have both conversations.
I'm not worried about the legal side. What it is, he does this.
Okay, so let's have it.
He does a dog whistle, guys. Guys. This is his dog whistle tactic. What he does is he finds individuals, he labels them, and then he presents a case that puts a battery in the back of some mentally unstable individuals and his minions. He is risking the lives of the individuals that he keeps naming over and over. So they get emboldened, and the next thing you know, they're taking out attacks. And check this out. They haven't even addressed the fact that a senator, a sitting elected official, was murdered. We didn't hear about their funeral. We didn't hear anything about that. 2 of them. We heard nothing. At all. Have you guys heard anything of what happened to these guys with the funeral? We don't hear anything. It's like there has been a collective mute. No, you don't hear it enough, brother. Somebody came to their door with violence, and that should be a way bigger issue. It could happen to any one of us.
Political assassination.
It absolutely is. And so I don't play this man. I think this man is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous individual.
I don't think that anyone's arguing with that necessarily.
Okay, so CEO and GA, did you hear? I just want to.
Should I get it at some point?
Question. I am, baby. Right into this. Did you guys hear? Now he's on the world fucking stage with another fucking president, and I don't care what you guys say. I'm gonna keep on talking about it. I don't care if it's a what, and what. He's on the world stage with another fucking president, and he opened up his trap again. Do you want to hear it? And said that Obama's a member of a gang. He is. Wait, what is it down here? He accused Obama. Let me go up and I have to read whatever his exact words.
And Lisa, do you remember what he said and did with Obama in January?
No.
He talked about how pleasant he is, and he invited him to play golf with him. So he uses. So this is the thing. So this is the thing about it. He uses Obama as a political weapon. He's his. What's the thing? Hold on. Wait. Hold on a second. Give me a second. What's the thing when you break glass in case of emergency?
Yeah.
That's what Obama is for Trump. That's what it is. But that's what it. Anytime Trump is in serious trouble, that's his break glass thing.
Yeah, you're right, CEO. For a second. That's exactly what he's doing.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
There you go. I appreciate that. Let's just zoom out for a second, right? Because there's going to be a lot more of this. And I think what CEO and Jay are talking about is just not necessarily saying that this isn't important, but that in the grand scheme of things, we should stay focused on the things that are, right? Okay. When the trade deals weren't working out, you started seeing more rhetoric about invading Greenland, right? There has been distractions almost every 5 weeks whenever some shit goes wrong. If it's not this, it's going to be something else. This time, it's, the Obama is treason thing, plus also these sports teams better go back to their racist names, plus also, right? And there's going to be more of this. Expect another distraction in about 5 weeks. Every 5 weeks.
But this time a black man is in the crosshairs. That's the difference. It's a black man in the crosshairs.
And next time will be even worse.
No, it changes now because it's his number one. This was his number one thing all along.
He never
It's a black
stopped
man in the crosshairs. So why would y'all expect it to be different? That's crazy. The fact that he's even talking about it.
He's never stopped talking about Obama. He's never stopped talking about Obama. It's always been
Okay.
about Obama.
All right, whatever.
Never
Yeah,
come for
Dart,
Obama
what
like
you're
he's coming right now. He's more desperate than ever.
That's what I'm saying, Water. That's the point right there, is that right now he's more desperate than ever, and nobody's brought this up, but I honestly think the reason why he broke the glass and used the Obama trope, as he always does, as he's used for the last 20 years, is the fact that MAGA was coming after him. He had Marjorie Taylor Greene turned against him over not releasing the Epstein files. He had Republicans that have been in his camp over and over through all the crap that he's done that defended him, and now they're turning against him because he wouldn't release the Epstein files. He has to give them something that's a bigger piece of steak for him to get them back on his side. So guess what? The only thing bigger than Epstein is let's go convict Obama. And that will get them back in ranks and on his side and flowing with him again. This is the steak that he trumps out just to get them back in line.
It's not going to work.
Because they weren't going to.
It is working, unfortunately. I'd follow the feeds. It is
Robert,
working.
I honestly think that to people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and some of the lower IQ Republicans, they have been salivating over an opportunity to get Obama forever, and they will easily fall away from the effort and holding his feet to the fire. 100%. They will fall away and say, let's go get Obama. They will. That's what he's doing. That's all.
Well, it's incumbent of the media to point out the facts, okay? Trump's own administration sided with those reports. Senator Rubio, when Trump said he basically believed Russia over his own intelligence community, and Rubio said, no, you shouldn't do that. That's incorrect. Russia did 100% try to influence the elections. That was Marco Rubio, and he had read. In addition, that was in 2018. Then in 2020, he was in charge of the Senate Intelligence Committee, and they came up with the same findings. And then in 2020, the same year, the House did their House Intelligence Committee, and they came up with the same thing, that Russia did try to influence the 2016 election. The only difference with the two reports is that the Republican committee in the House didn't say that it was done to benefit Trump, but the Senate committee definitely said that Putin ordered it and it was to benefit Trump. These are his own people, so make it make sense, Tulsi Gabbard. What she's saying is she's twisting words, and she is not putting the whole fact. She's relying on a presidential daily briefing that does not purport to say what she does. So it's incumbent upon the legacy media, and when he does these gaggles or whatever, to hold him to the fire and put the facts in front of the American people. Not this bullshit stuff that we're doing. This is why I'm telling you, there's no way Obama is going to. There's absolutely no way.
And you know why they probably made Tulsi Gabbard roll this out? Because Trump is mad at her over the Iran thing and saying that there's no intelligence on Iran having a nuke. So this was probably her way of having to make up for that.
Yeah, she needs to get it. Yeah, I said that yesterday. She just trying to get it back in his good graces. This ain't nothing new. The point is what whoever it was saying it, this puts his life even in more jeopardy, putting that shit out there like that. It's not funny, and he has no right to be doing it. And he also said Obama spied on him. Bullshit. Obama was doing his job. They were looking into the investigation. He said Obama spied on him.
He said that during the campaign, and they shot that down. There was no proof. Yeah, they shot that down, and there was no proof.
He said it the day before yesterday.
No, he said it again in the campaign. Yeah, he said that during the campaign as well. And the thing is, the whole point is they don't mean to bring any charges. They don't even need to bring anything conclusive whatsoever. All they need to do is turn the opinion and the tide of MAGA away from Epstein toward let's go get Obama so that they don't lose the midterms. And they just need to consolidate their base, and that's all this is, an attempt at consolidation.
And if you look at, that means you don't have to have protection more than he already has, and that's a shame.
Yeah, if you look at the two moves together, kicking this out until after Labor Day and going after Obama, the strategy's going to work. Sorry to say, it's going to work perfectly.
I'm not sure. I'm not work.
Yeah, I have faith in. You have faith
I'm not
in
prepared
who?
it's gonna,
MAGA?
it's gonna
You
work
have faith in MAGA? Who do you have faith in? Why do you have faith in MAGA?
Well, this is definitely right me for MAGA, no doubt.
Yeah, who do y'all have faith in?
But this can also energize the Democrats. This can do the same with the Democrats and energize them.
Oh yeah, it can energize the Democrats. Sure, that's true. That's true.
That's exactly what I.
See, you got at least that hyperventilating. This can definitely energize the Democrats.
I don't play around. You know what? I don't play around like this. You know what I'm saying? All this other bullshit that they doing on the MAGA side is fine. But when you're coming after MLK, first of all, and then Barack Obama, second of all, to me, it's war. I ain't got time to be playing around with these fucking MAGAs. This is war. Yeah, it is. You don't do that shit. You find somebody else to hang out to dry to cover for your dumb ass. But you don't do that. And black people need to be upset instead of coming on Clubhouse, holding fucking rooms, agreeing that there's some shit about MLK that we need to be pushing out there and doing the work for these white supremacists. You guys ought to be ashamed of yourself opening up fucking rooms like that. And I told you.
Who did that? Who did that?
Oh, it was in the hallway.
Oh, damn.
Who was in the room in the morning they were talking about MLK? Y'all got a fucking nerve. You better get it together. Better try to culturally wrap your arms around each other and lock arms and shit. We're not going to let this happen. I don't give a fuck. You know, Trump has his issues and whatever, but he picked the wrong one. And you guys should be standing up saying that and not just say, oh, well, it's a nothing burger. We should just be not losing focus on Epstein. You guys can't walk and chew gum at the same time? You're going to let them drag down a leader? Like one of the most revered leaders we've ever had in our culture, in our community? Come on.
Excuse me. Hey, Lisa or somebody, can you get this racist Kiki Diki guy off this? He's put some disgusting stuff in the chat. Can you just get rid of him?
Okay, thank you and don't touch him until we find out who he is and report him to Clubhouse. Do not touch him. Go up there in the corner, 0 friends, get this account, and report him to Clubhouse. Don't just kick him out because he's going to be everywhere. Report him to Clubhouse and have this motherfucking account removed. Does everybody got him before I kick him? Click on him, report him, because all this stuff that he's saying is disgusting.
I missed it, and I don't see it under the 3 dots, but maybe.
Okay, so click on his profile. No, click on his profile. He's still in the chat. It's Kiki Daiki. He has 0, so it's probably one of his other accounts, but we'll just close this one down, the one that we have.
I just reported him. Done.
You got it? Everybody got him? Okay, so I'm getting ready to kick him. We should have him by now. Let me take a screenshot of it first, y'all, so I can make sure.
Yes, ma'am, I got it.
I got it. Lisa. Yeah, because you're not going to be playing around here, bro. Come back on your other account, because this one's getting ready to get pulled. All right, cool. All right, so let me play the clip of what he said about Obama to the world today. And this stuff doesn't go away. This is what I'm saying. I don't know who should be responsible for the kickback, for the clapback. Should it be Hakeem? Somebody should be saying something about that. That this is just a little press conference. This is unacceptable.
Yeah, I think what needs to happen, I think our senators need to challenge our networks that when they hear such things that they fulfill their role as a news organization and lay out the facts to the American public. When we hear insidious things like that, there has to be a segment created. The producers need to create a segment and say, hey, this is what happened. And what's so interesting about this Russian thing is that in real time, I remember it. I could talk about this thing off the top of my head because the expulsion of those, I believe it was 18 individuals operating out of Long Island, New York, whereby they had a room set up and they engaged in putting out content and this is before I even knew anything about toxic content. I didn't know anything, and why I know it is because at that time I was going around and finding out why people didn't like Hillary Clinton, and most of the people that I asked would say things like, I don't know. And they would all talk about like the zoo, the Pizzagate and all of these things. And I was like, where are people getting this from? Little did I know that this campaign was underway and it was very effective. And people didn't even know why they didn't like her. People didn't, if you asked them why, they really couldn't at that point because we didn't isolate the negative impact of toxic content. And so that's what began my journey to really understand how this works, how foreign entities as well as domestic entities know that they can influence the minds of people. And so they did, Snowden went over there to Russia. Snowden, nobody even talks about Snowden. He's a valuable agent to them. He's a compromised agent that still operates in Russia. Therefore, in conclusion, I was very familiar with this Russian thing, and even Mr. Obama was surprised because his intelligence community brought this to him. He didn't order anything. He didn't even. He was caught off guard. And once the report was presented to him, he made the decision to go ahead and get rid of these operatives and sent them back to Russia. I remember it very well. Many don't, but if you look at the story, you will know the genesis of the story, and it was not him intentionally targeting Russian operatives. He was surprised, and it was brought to his attention by his intelligence community. Go look it up.
Oh, God, thank you for that.
He came back with a new account, Lisa.
He came back with a new account.
Let's keep banging them out. Let's keep
LL,
banging them out.
Lane Land.
Okay, because also if you put down he's having racist remarks, make sure you add that he was racist against Jews. That'll really get him shut down. Okay, it's just racist about blacks. It might drag their feet and take time. But if you put in there the comments he made about Jewish people, then I'm sure the clubhouse will take notice.
What are you saying, Lisa?
Go look at the.
I know about the Jewish thing. I'm kidding. I know what you're saying. I know.
Take it. CEO, okay? I'm just being real with it right now. So
she's saying, I need some drugs, so I'm going to go to the ER and say I'm in chest pain.
Exactly, right? That's the first thing we walk in and say, I got chest pain, bro. Don't tell all our secrets, Lavon. Everybody be downstairs on the monitor. Okay, guys. I'm glad we had some levity in the midst of all this craziness that's going on. But let's do a reset. We just want to reset the room and let you guys know we opened up the room this morning because we had a long room last night that lasted till 4 a.m. talking about this situation with Donald Trump, Epstein, and before we could close the room.
Remove him, please.
Yeah, wait, let me go. Did you guys get him?
I reported him already. Yeah.
Okay, let me get it. I haven't gotten him. Let me get him right now.
Yeah, I reported him already.
Okay, let me report him also. You ain't gonna have enough phones, bruh. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, got it. Hate speech. Got it. That's some Jews and blacks. Okay, got it. Okay, you guys can go ahead and remove them. I got it. If anybody want to go ahead and drop them real quick.
Nobody, you wrong for that. That was petty. Talking about he working with all that extra government money. He was.
I couldn't agree more with I couldn't agree more.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, blocked. Let me make sure he's blocked. All right, so Before we could even go to sleep, they dropped this thing about MLK. So we were talking about it in the room, and we have some people like we do in this room saying it's going to be a nothing burger. Because Obama came out first and then MLK came out second. And I just said to them, because now I'm the female Trent of the room, that there's going to be a lot of stupid shit coming on the heels of this in reference to MLK. I said, watch. Clubhouse, they're going to start opening up rooms and they're going to start disparaging this man for no good reason. That we as a collective and a community are not going to lock arms and just, keep our legacies intact. And sure enough, before we could close the room, the other rooms started opening up Clubhouse. This is crazy.
Excuse me.
I don't understand.
Yes, sir. I just want to rewind. Did I hear you correct? Did you could just call yourself the female Trent? Is that what I heard?
Because I
Oh my God!
And now I'm the female version.
You can follow
I be predicting everything now. You know what Trent be doing? Because I predicted a few other things that you guys said would
It's a red bag. It's right there.
Oh God.
CEO's out there.
I know. Can you guys? Okay. So let me just play the clip. I'm trying to pull it up real quick. It's 8 minutes, but if it gets real raggedy towards the end, I'll cut it off. This is Trump once again. Oh, I didn't finish resetting the room. So we're here today talking about Jesseline or Gasoline, which we like to call her. First, she came out once they said that the list did not exist. I told you guys at that time, I said, well, maybe the list doesn't exist in the paperwork that they have, which I don't believe. But I said that Gasoline is the list. She was the madam. We had a room on the little girl, the two girls that they recruited at the bus stop, the bus station in New York. And the one who filed the rape charge against Donald Trump and Epstein with Gloria Allright's daughter. I forgot Lisa's last name right now. Lisa Bloom, that's right. And she was going to talk before the elections. And they were getting ready to hold a press conference with this now lady. And she was in Lisa Bloom's office. And she said, I can't do it because I've been getting all kind of death threats left and right. So Lisa came out and said, we're going to cancel this press conference because the victim is terrified. So this woman disappeared, but she let them know that the other young lady that she was with, that they both got raped, she literally disappeared. She disappeared. They let her go, but she wasn't released with her. So she never found out what happened to this girl. So anyway, back around. Jesseline is the list. She has everything in her head. She was the madam. If she doesn't have it in her head, she has a book. Because you know that when you're running that type of enterprise and you're having Prince Andrew, President, they said Clinton, who I could care less about, right? And other people high up in the stratosphere where they were moving, that you wouldn't document that they came, when they came, who they got, who you matched them up with, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that doesn't even make logical sense, that I wouldn't keep some type of record for my own protection maybe, or maybe to use it later on in this particular situation that she's in now. So she asked to come and talk, and then it was a break in between. Nobody was talking about it, The next thing you know it, they requested her to come and speak. And then 15 minutes later, while we were talking about it, a subpoena was issued. And now what happened? They sent everybody home. So we're in here talking about the fact that Donald Trump, there's something, let's not forget about the 1,000 people. The Epstein files we read last night are being reviewed. I don't know how many pages there are, but they literally have in the DOJ's office 1,000 people going over the Epstein files. This file must be horrendous. This must be huge. They're going through the Epstein files, and they're trying to identify whenever they see Trump's name in these files, and they need 1,000 people doing it 24 hours a day. And then they supposed to put it on a spreadsheet. Okay, hold on. Put it on a spreadsheet.
But it's 2,000.
Oh, it's 2,000 people?
I read days ago.
I read 1,000.
It's a lot.
I read 1,500.
Really?
I'm
It's a
playing.
lot.
I'm
You guys are
I'm
wrong.
splitting it, baby. I'm splitting them.
You guys are wrong. So for them to have to do that because they're trying to scrub it, don't you think they're trying to scrub it? What's the point of them having these many people just looking for his name in these files?
I think that people are confused to think that it's just a piece of paper or it's a book of papers, because those files are a lot of documentation together. They're not just her documentation, but it's also computer files, it's almost flight logs, it's a lot of stuff. Remember, they are still trying to find out where Jeffrey Epstein made his money, because their pass-through entities are so numerous. Out of the last count that I saw, he had over 80 some odd pass-through entities that were shell companies. They still can't track where he made his money. So, I mean, it's going to take a long time to weed through all of that documentation. It's just not stacks of paper. And I think that's where people have this idea that it's just stacks of paper. It's not just that. There's a lot of different documentation that's in a lot of different media that people have to actually weed through to get through this stuff.
I mean, you got to understand what Epstein did to get leverage, right? So I'll give you an example. The Prime Minister of the British Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, he ended up paying for his kid's school, and that's how he ended up like avoiding a lot of things in there. So Epstein played.
Hey, Lisa, I have breaking news. I don't know if you guys already talked about this. Can you guys hear me?
Can we hear him? Oh, and Carlos, they did expose the files to 1,000 people.
I can barely hear
No,
you.
listen, I was gonna say that Barack Obama's office has responded to Trump. Yeah, so they put out a statement. Out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. I didn't think it went. I should have just said fuck you. And I don't know.
Okay, CEO.
Exactly what we were saying, CEO.
But see, no, that's not exactly what you guys were saying. Even Obama clapped back.
That wasn't a clap back. That was just. That was.
Oh my God!
Hey, Lisa, can I respond like Luther would respond? Can I respond like a Luther?
Not the anger translator.
Yes, the anger translator. Okay, very simple. Shut your bitch ass up, motherfucker, before I really get up in your ass. What? Test me. Try. That's it.
No, he literally said, Lisa, he said, generally, we don't respond to the nonsense that comes out of the White House and this administration, but these are nonsensical. And he literally said, specifically in his statement, this is an effort for distraction. And that's all we were saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was important enough to him and his legacy that he even had to speak out, y'all. That's what we're saying. I don't think somebody just made the comment that we should just ignore this and stay focused on Epstein. We can do both.
That's what you're calling speaking out, just so I.
He didn't defend his legacy at all. He just said it was nonsense.
Is that speaking out? Yes or no, Lisa? Do you consider that speaking out?
Yeah.
Okay, you got a low bar.
What else can he say at this point? But at least he made he said something. And you
I
guys
thought by speaking out, you meant he was going to do a speech. That's what I thought you meant. Okay.
No, and he can if he. I wish he would though. I wish he would go and do a small clip on this. I really do. But you know, he's gonna do what he's gonna do. He got people who are what do you guys call it? Talking to him,
advising him. That's a statement I would have wrote. It was very good.
Yeah,
I think that that Harvard law would defend him, and I'm saying not just like a person. I'm thinking the whole fucking department would probably rise up and defend him. Just to be clear.
But
Constitution, everything.
There's nothing to defend, Dan. There's nothing to defend, and me personally, I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna be disappointed if Obama does a speech about it because I have a higher regard for him than that. You don't even give miscreants and peasants the satisfaction of saying what you said even registers on my radar. You don't even give them the satisfaction. I mean, I would be disappointed in Obama if he even gives this any oxygen at all. This is Trump scrambling to get the heat off of him. And
if he doesn't respond, then he's just like all the feckless Democrats that don't do shit. He has to respond.
I love that.
He has to respond.
I hope he doesn't. I would be extraordinarily disappointed. I expect more out of him.
All right. Well, I expect
silence is a powerful response.
Right, that is a response, and he doesn't owe him dick.
He's an old Trump nothing.
Obama doesn't even use that man's name. He never mentions his name, just like I never mentioned his name.
Exactly, son.
Sandra into his name. That sounds like Sandra.
And Lisa, as your clubhouse friend, I'm getting concerned about how easy you get gaslit. And I'm concerned that, like, if you're dating a guy and you accuse him of cheating and he just talks about 8 other things, that you'll just focus on the 8 other things instead of...
And why you have to put me in that situation?
Dang, CEO, really?
See the way CEO
You don't do that.
She's passionate about certain things. Let her have a passion.
I don't know, Lisa. That was kind of low.
You guys ought to be glad that people in our community are ready to, to fight and not just sit around. I mean, that's why you Dems lost last time.
What do you mean by fight?
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
Last time, you know what I'm saying? You can't read the room. Y'all can't read the room for shit. Okay?
Lisa, what we supposed to do?
Well, we doing it right now. We're doing it.
Oh, just talking about it?
Well, no, I've already been on my 5 calls app. I don't know what y'all doing because
definitely we can use that.
Yeah, that's a great reminder.
These leaders that we have need to be about leading. Need to be about getting out there into the fray, showing them that we just as tough as these fucking MAGAs. They go along with this shit, but you guys want us to sit back and look pretty.
AOC and Bernie fight all the time.
You know what I would love to see, Lisa? Lisa, you know who I would love to see? I would love to see Obama be quiet, Michelle be quiet, and I this is just my personal belief. I don't believe that the whole of Black America, like intelligent people like us, that are, and I'm not saying that Black Americans are not intelligent, but we think about this stuff and dig into this stuff all the time. Y'all gotta admit, 98% of Black America does not dig into politics like we do in this room. They don't. Correct. So I would like to see the people they pay attention to come out and do whole long diatribes about it. I want to see Meg Thee Stallion get on their ass about it. I want to see LeBron get on their ass about it. I want to see basketball players. I want to see football players. I want to see Denzel get on their ass about it. The people that the other 80, 90% of Black America pay attention to, I want to see this on Shade Room. I want to see Charlemagne getting on their behind about it. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see Obama respond. I don't want to see Michelle respond. I want to see everybody else that everybody else pays attention to. 2 Chainz and Little Rip and Lil Yachty and all the crazy other rap names and all of that kind of crap. I want to see them go ballistic about it. That's what I want.
This is Alabama brawl when he throws up the hat. That's the signal. That's the signal. Everybody come out.
Exactly. That's exactly what this is. Throwing up the hat. That's the signal.
Throwing up the hat.
But we have to start it. We have to know. They have to see us being active and being upset and being on the rag about it. You know, and we have to start the conversation, and we are in here talking about it. I know I'll be talking about it everywhere I go. And you know, just judging the temperature where I'm at and letting them know this is unacceptable. We're not going to accept anybody going after MLK for any fucking reason. And Obama. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to lay down and allow this shit to just happen, you know. So anyway, I'm going to rest the mic because my throat is hurting. I'm talking so much, my throat is hurting. Okay, so this, if you guys didn't hear it, I'm going to play Trump going after Obama on a world stage. It's just getting horrible. Instead of just concentrating on whatever this president was here for from the Philippines, he's gonna literally in front of the world throw another president, the only black president that we've ever had under the bus. He tries to destroy his legacy, accusing him of treason and sedition, and also saying that he was in a gang. I don't know how the gang part fits in. It's just in the print right here, and I didn't hear it. So let me. Oh my God, do we still have Mike G? Y'all want to have no Mike G? Are you gonna leave him in there?
We should not feel just as lovely within here. Hairless actually becomes.
That's up to y'all.
We're looking for a Jan Varg.
Alright, this is up here.
Jan Varg. Apparently he has.
Do you guys hear the echo before I play this? Because I hear an echo in my phone.
I don't, but I got you on speakerphone, please.
Okay, cool. I'm literally hearing an echo, but it might be from my speaker. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, call that fashion actually makes him a sort of rebel.
Mr. President, do you support the Justice Department seeking an interview with Ghislaine Maxwell and George, the Attorney General seat?
I don't know anything about it. They're going to what? Meet her?
Your Deputy Attorney General reached out to Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney asking for a new interview.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but I think it's something that sounds appropriate to do, yeah.
Do you consider that your Deputy Attorney General is your former attorney would be conducting the interview given?
No concern. He's a very talented person. He's very smart. I didn't know that they were going to do it. I don't really follow that.
Lisa, can you pause it for 1 second?
It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt.
Okay.
Did they say his former attorney is conducting the interview with her?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll rewind it. Y'all.
That's your personal attorney, CEO. That's the call.
Oh my God.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to rewind it for those who didn't hear it in the back, because I heard it the first time, and that's the second time I heard it. Let me play it one more time.
Mr. President, do you support the Justice Department seeking an interview with Ghislaine Maxwell and George, the Attorney General seat?
I don't know anything about it. They're going to what? Meet her?
Your Deputy Attorney General reached out to Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney asking for a new interview.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but I think it's something that sounds appropriate to do, yeah.
Do you consider that your Deputy Attorney General is your former attorney would be conducting the interview given?
No concern. He's a very talented person. He's very smart. I didn't know that they were going to do it. I don't really follow that too much. It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt. The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up to 2020 of the election, they tried to rig the election. And they.
Commercial, hold on.
CEO, the assistant.
And they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that. You know, when we caught Hillary Clinton, I said, you know what? Let's not go too far here. It's the ex-wife of a president, and I thought it was sort of terrible. And I let her off the hook, and I'm very happy I did. But it's time to start, after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly. So people say, oh, you know, a group. It's not a group. It's Obama. His orders are on the paper. The papers are signed. The papers came right out of their office. They sent everything to be highly classified. Well, the highly classified's been released. And what they did in 2016 and in 2020 is very criminal. It's criminal at the highest level. So that's really the things you should be talking about. I know nothing about the other, but I think it's appropriate that they do go.
About that, Mr. President, Kitover has submitted a criminal referral to the Department of Justice. From your perspective, who should the DOJ target as part of their investigation? What specific figures in the Obama administration?
Well, based on what I read, and I read pretty much what you read, it would be President Obama. He started it. And Biden was there with him, and Comey was there, and Clapper, the whole group was there. Brennan, they were all there in a room. Right here, this is the room. This is much more beautiful than it was then, but that's okay. I have nice pictures up. They came out of the vaults. They were there for 100 years. This is much more beautiful. We have the Declaration of Independence now in the room, which wasn't here. I guess people didn't feel too good about putting it here, but I do. But you know what? If you look at those papers, they have them stone cold, and it was President Obama. It wasn't lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they. Look, he's guilty. It's not a question. You know, I like to say. Let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried.
Commercial. Hold on, just a couple minutes.
He's crashing out, projected.
They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like it. And we have all of the documents. And from what Tulsi told me, she's got thousands of additional documents coming. So President Obama, it was his concept, his idea, but he also got it from crooked Hillary Clinton. Crooked is a $3 bill. Hillary Clinton and her group, the Democrats, spent $12 million to Christopher Steele to write up a report that was the total fake report. Took 2 years to figure that out, but it came out that it was a total fake report. It was made up fiction. And they used that. Now, the one thing they weren't able to do was to, and probably the only thing I respect about the press in years is the press refused to write it before the election. They refused to put it in. The Steele report was a disaster. All lies, all fabrication, all admitted, and admitted fraud. She paid $12 million and the Democrats for that report to a wise guy named Christopher Steele. He wrote a phony report, and they wanted to get that report in before the election. And I'll tell you what, I talk about all the time, the fake news, how bad it is. But in this case, they wouldn't do it. They saw it, they read it, and they said, we don't believe it. And it was only after, substantially, like a month and a half after the election, that it got printed, and it was the big whisk. It was just like a bang of nothing, because the election had ended. If that report had gotten published by the New York Times or somebody, and I respect the Times for maybe only this, because they're crooked as you can be. They're a terrible paper. A crooked, corrupt paper. But for this one moment, they said, this is bullshit, we can't put this in. And neither could any other paper. Wall Street Journal's a lousy paper, very, very dishonest paper. As you see, I'm suing them for a lot of money because they do things very badly. It's got a nice name, but it's really, in my opinion, it's a terrible paper. And it can be corrupt. But just so you know, they didn't take the Steele report. was the dossier. Remember the famous dossier? I called it the fake news dossier. The news wouldn't publish it. And I'm amazed. They had 2.5 months. It was finished. 2.5 months. That was supposed to be what was going to happen. And it got published a couple of months after the election. And frankly, nobody cared too much about it. But that was the big thing. No, we caught Hillary Clinton. We caught Barack Hussein Obama. They're the ones, and then you have many, many people under them. Susan Rice. They're all there. The names are all there. And I guess they figured they're going to put this in classified information, and nobody will ever see it again, but it doesn't work that way. And it's the most unbelievable thing I think I've ever read. So you want to take a look at that and stop talking about nonsense, because this is big stuff. Never has a thing like this happened in the history of our country. And by the way, it morphed into the 2020 race. And the 2020 race was rigged, and it was a rigged election. And because it was rigged, we have millions of people in our country. We had inflation. We solved the inflation problem. But millions and millions of people came into our country because of that. And people that shouldn't have been, people from gangs and from jails and from mental institutions, people that we don't want in our country, and people that we're getting out, dangerous people. 11,888 murderers, many of them 50%, more than 50%, murdered more than one person. I hate to say this with such a distinguished guest, but you know, they asked me a question. I got to answer the question. No, Barack Hussein Obama is the ringleader. Hillary Clinton was right there with him, and so was Sleepy Joe Biden, and so were the rest of them. Comey, Clapper, the whole group. And they tried to rig an election, and they got caught. And then they did rig the election in 2020. And then because I knew I won that election by a lot, I did it a third time, and I won in a landslide. Every swing state, won the popular vote. But I won that all the same way in 2020. And look at the damage that was caused.
Okay, so that's it. Wait, is that it? Oh, great.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck poop.
The #1 food for regular.
So that's the gist of it.
That was an appropriate commercial. That was very
Exactly. I was
appropriate.
just ready to say that.
Very appropriate commercial.
Yeah, very appropriate. That's crazy. So that's him. That's him. Treason and sedition and all the other shit that he said. So he's coming after your boy. I don't know. And I think it's just going to get worse because he likes the feel of it.
You know, his niece put out today that he can't even tie his own shoes.
He can't, oh, you mean he can't,
So Mary
he can't bend over. I don't know.
He can't tie his shoes. He's losing it. He's crumbling.
I'm surprised he can actually put shoes on. I'm surprised he's not wearing clogs at this point. Or Crocs.
As big as his legs are.
Here's what Ali's putting on his shoes.
I put on them damn Crocs every day. I would not let you guys shame me in my cankles. I would just put on the Crocs and stop trying to squeeze my feet in these shoes because they look very painful at this point.
But here's the thing, Lisa. That guy, Todd Blanche, that was one of Trump's criminal defense attorneys in one of his New York cases. He's not going there to act as a for the people with the Department of Justice. He's going there to get a deal for his client, quote unquote.
Right.
And that's the conflict I see. The only saving grace is if he does come up with some crazy thing that's suspect, she's going to have to offer some type of cooperation by some third party document or some other witness or what have you. But this is higher than usual. And then Mike Johnson, you know, he closed the Senate so they don't vote on it. They were having a bipartisan committee that was going to vote on transparency and releasing those files. And he took his marbles and said, okay, go home.
Yep.
So they don't have to vote.
So what do you think is behind that, basically?
I think that's to put a cooler on this, but also it doesn't give the bipartisan committee a chance to take a vote because they were going to put on the table some legislation or whatever to order them to be more transparent with the Epstein files, but that never got a chance to get on the floor because they're in recess.
Right.
So he shut that down. So there's nothing really. Also looking to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell. Well, that's shut down now because they're in recess. So that's a twofold for him.
But I heard she was still going up there, though. I heard Pam Bondi was going up there. She's still going up there.
She's going to prison. I mean, yeah, but not as a, so that's separate and apart from the Congress.
Right, so she's not coming, they're not letting her come out and testify before Congress. What's Pam is going to the prison?
I thought it was Trump's
former
attorney was going to the prison.
Yeah, Pam's not going.
I think they both are.
I think Todd Blanche is going, the assistant deputy.
Yeah, I don't. So Lisa, let me. So I'm going to give you my best guess at how this conversation is going to go. Okay. So he'll hear out what she has to say, and then he'll say something to the effect of, you know, if you just President Trump's very interested in you know, you've been mistreated and. You know, pardons on the table. We just want you to tell the truth about, you know, President Trump and how he wasn't involved.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. See, that's what I would say.
Yeah, okay. I can see that happening, and me, myself, I can see
But the problem with that is even, oh shit, hold on.
She's a convicted felon. I need more and more cooperation. At least the record says to corroborate that.
So the problem with that is even though you know, the MAGA party are full of flush with idiots, I believe, right, that they are still not stupid enough to know that if that woman gets a pardon, that she didn't get it because she didn't tell on Trump. Like, I think they know he gotta stay out of this completely. She can't get a pardon from Trump.
So Brooklyn, you might be. So Brooklyn, you might be right, but the thing about it is a pardon wouldn't come until the end of his presidency, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but see, I think she's going to need a little bit more than verbally saying, because every criminal who's in prison and jail already adjudicated that want to spill their beans, they have to offer something to corroborate. It's not, you're already convicted. That stuff you should have said before your sentencing. So now you expect us to believe what you coming up with exculpatory verbal statements against Trump?
Well, but
evidence.
But here's the thing, though, right? She'll have some bigger statement, implicate some other people, but then, you know, say Trump wasn't implicated. So there will be other things said. It will just end up being to make Trump look good. And the giveaway on this is that instead of Pam Bondi doing the interview as Trump's former attorney, he's sending his person in his stratosphere that he knows will break the law for him and not care to do the conversation.
And on top of that, I mean, it's a high likelihood, or I will say there is a chance that she will give up somebody like Tom Hanks or Will Smith or somebody like that to actually get him out from up under it. So everybody, oh my God, Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump, no, say it ain't so. And she's gonna have to give up somebody like that to actually get the focus off of him, because the bottom line is he has both sides of the aisle pissed off that he didn't actually let this go like it should have went down. So he has got to get it off of his neck.
Yeah, but you got to be a little careful, because that could backfire, because now that could set up people to say, okay, well, show us the evidence for this. Like, we still want to see the evidence. We still want to see corroborating something, not just you verbally saying what any too-big convicted felon in jail says, give me a deal after you've convicted me. I think
but LeBron, you're thinking of it as too much of a rational person.
Yeah, you got a point. See, I was going to agree with Levon in saying that people not going to let that dog go, but you got a point. There's nothing rational about the majority of Americans. They don't even think rationally. And give them a shiny object and they'll go run it after it. And
yeah, MAGA for sure, but maybe my hope is that the Democrats keep on.
Why is the president interfering in legal matters? Why is the president?
And And you know, normally when they do things like this, they have a special hearing committee. Like, that's not what's happening. Everybody that's gonna do right. Everybody in the DOJ that's going to do this investigation are Trump flunkies. People,
exactly.
the normal American public, the normals, we understand that, and as many people as like that's distracted by MLK and Trump, Obama, it's twice as many people that's like, we still want to see the Epstein files, we're not going for it, release the files. So everything that he does is gonna be fucking under scrutiny by the American public, regardless, and we're not gonna fall for him just sending his flunkies to do